So if you play bridge, you know the basics. You count your points, you make your bids. But what if I told you there's a simple technique, a kind of secret weapon, that could help you make those really bold, game-winning calls? You know, the ones that leave everyone at the table impressed. Well, let's dive in and uncover that secret.
It's the question every player thinks about, right? We're not just talking about winning a hand here and there. We're talking about maximizing your score, about those moments where one single decision can completely change the outcome of the entire game.
And the answer, a lot of the time, is the slam. This is the big one. Bidding and making a slam, that means taking 12 or even all 13 tricks is where you rack up the massive points. It's the ultimate test of a partnership. But here's the catch. The very first thing we all learned is to count our high card points. You know, aces are 4, kings are 3, and that's the foundation of bidding. But when you're teetering on the edge of a slam, just counting points can be, well, really misleading. It just doesn't tell you the whole story. To really see what I mean, let's put you in the hot seat. Imagine you're at the table, right in the middle of a tough match. This is the situation you're facing.
Okay, here are all the cards. You're sitting north and your partner is south. You've got a pretty solid hand, no doubt about it, but is it a world beater? Just take a second to look at how all the cards are distributed around the table.
Now let's get to the bidding. Your partner, south, opens 1 diamond. You respond with 1 heart. And then, bam! South just leaps all the way to 4 clubs. Now that's a special bid. It's called a splinter, and it's your partner basically shouting that they have amazing heart support for you and either a singleton or, in this case, a void in clubs.
So, the action is on you. Your partner has described a very powerful, very specific type of hand. You've got good cards, sure, but maybe not that magic 33-point total that you were taught to look for. So what do? Do you have enough to go for the slam? See, this is the exact spot where just counting high card points can lead you astray. But there is a better way, a secret weapon that just cuts right through all that uncertainty. It's called the short suit total, or SST. The SST is just a beautifully simple idea. Instead of focusing on the cards you have, your aces and kings, it focuses on the cards you don't have. It measures how many cards you and your partner have combined in your 2 shortest suits, because that's usually where you end up losing tricks. Okay, let's apply it to our hand. First step, identify the key suits. We've agreed on hearts as trumps. South's crazy jump told us that clubs is one of our short suits, and you can see you've got a singleton diamond, so that's the other one. Next, we count them up. South has a void in clubs, 0 cards, which we actually count as a 1 for this. You have a singleton diamond, that's also 1. Last step, we just add them together. 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's it. All that complexity, all that doubt and pressure, it just boils down to a single number, 2. Okay, great. We have a number. But what do we do with it? A 2 sounds low, which feels good, but how good is it? How does this number actually translate into tricks at the table?
And here is where the magic happens. The formula is so elegant. You just take 13, the total number of tricks in a hand, and you subtract your SST. That gives you a baseline estimate of how many tricks your partnership can take based on your shape alone.
So for our hand, that's 13 minus our SST of 2, which equals 11. That means your distribution alone suggests you can take 11 tricks. Now you add in your very solid high cards, those aces and kings, and suddenly finding one more trick to make slam doesn't just seem possible, it seems likely. All right, let's put this to the test one more time. Like with anything, repetition is how you really get it down. So another scenario is going to help this stick. Okay, new deal on the table. This time, you're playing the south hand. Your partner, north, has a really nice distributional hand with that singleton diamond. And you have a strong opening hand yourself. You open the bidding with 1 heart. Your partner, north, immediately jumps to 4 diamonds. Hey, we've seen this movie before. It's another splinter bed. It shows great heart support and a short suit in diamonds. The decision is back on you. Let's run the numbers again. Trump suit is hearts. North splinter tells us one short suit is diamonds. They're singleton. Now look at your hand. You've got a singleton of your own in spades. So our 2 short suits are diamonds and spades. We add them up. North's 1 card in diamonds plus your 1 card in spades, that equals 2. Would you look at that? We get the exact same magic number, 2. This is fantastic. It confirms you and your partner have excellent shortness, which basically means you don't have a lot of quick tricks to lose in the other suits. Slam isn't just a random guess. It looks like a prime contract.
Just relying on high card points is like trying to read a book, but you're only allowed to see the nouns. You get some of the picture, sure, but you're missing all the action, the context, the real story. The other half of that story, the really exciting part, is your hand's distribution, its shape.
And this brings us to a core belief in advanced bridge, a mantra you've got to remember. In a trump contract, shortness is strength. That void or that singleton in your hand, that's not a weakness, not at all. It's a weapon. It's your ticket to trumping your opponent's best cards and grabbing extra tricks they never even saw coming.
All right, so how do we actually measure this hidden potential? Let's start by just looking at your own hand. We're going to unlock its secret power with a really cool tool called SSDP.
SSDP stands for Short Suit Distribution Points. Now, the key thing to remember here is this. This is not something you do the second you pick up your cards. Nope, you only calculate SSDP after you and your partner have found a fit and agreed on a trump suit. Think of it as a way to reevaluate your hand, giving it a promotion based on its amazing roughing potential.
And the system itself is beautifully simple. A void, meaning 0 cards in a suit, gets you a massive 5 extra points. A singleton, just 1 little card, gets you 3 points. And a doubleton, just 2 cards, is worth 1 point. Just think of these as bonus points your hand earns for having great shape.
So how do you actually use this at the table? Easy. It's just 3 simple steps. First, and this is non-negotiable, you have to confirm you have an 8-card trump fit or better with your partner. Second, you look at your side suits. That's the 3 suits that aren't trumps. And finally, you just add up the SSDP for any of those short suits and tack them right onto your high card point total. And just like that, your hand's value can totally skyrocket.
This leads us to the next big question, doesn't it? Revaluing your own hand is one thing, but how do you accurately measure your combined potential with your partner? How do you really know when your 2 hands fit together so perfectly that you should be thinking about bidding a slam? Well, the answer is SST, which stands for Short Suit Total. This is a powerful tool designed specifically for slam bidding. And instead of adding points, SST helps you estimate your trick-taking potential by looking at the length of your shortest suits together. And with SST, just remember this: a lower number is always better. And figuring it out is actually pretty straightforward. Once you've got your trump suit, you look at the other 3 side suits. For each one of those, you just figure out which of you, or your partner, has fewer cards. Then, you find the 2 shortest of those holdings and just add their links together.
So you're probably thinking, hey, wait a minute. SSDP and SST, they feel kind of like 2 sides of the same coin. And you know what? You'd be absolutely right. They are deeply connected. Let's break down how.
This chart makes it pretty clear. Think of it like this. SSP is about your individual hand's potential, something you figure out right after you find a fit. SST, on the other hand, is a partnership tool that you use a bit later in the bidding to judge if you should go for a slam. One adds points, the other counts cards. They're a perfect team. Okay, and this right here, this is the real aha moment. We can actually translate an SST value into a rough point equivalent for the partnership. Remember our example where the SST was 2 from 2 singletons? Well, look at the chart. That's like having an extra 6 distribution points working for your partnership. See, SST is just a more precise, partnership-level way of using the same powerful idea behind SSDP.
All right, we've got the theory down. We've got the tools. Now for the most important part. How do we turn all this knowledge into actual winning bids at the table? This is where the rubber meets the road. This table gives you a clear framework for what to do. If you reevaluate your hand with SSDP and you only add a point or 2, okay, you stay cautious, make a minimal bid. But if you add 5 or more points from a void or a couple of short suits, now we're talking. Your hand just got a major upgrade, and it's strong enough to show real slam interest. You now have a reason, based on data, to bid higher and with way more confidence.
You know, ultimately, learning to value shape is like graduating. You're moving from the simple arithmetic of just counting points to the real art of strategic evaluation. When you can see the full potential of your hand and your partnership's hands, you can make those strategic, confident bids that win a lot more games. And trust me, SST isn't just another number you have to memorize. It's a way to actually put a value on, to quantify the hidden power of your hand's shape. We're talking about the incredible power of singletons and voids that, let's be honest, high card points just can't see.
Okay, so knowing how to do the math is one thing. That's the first step. But true mastery, that comes from knowing when and why to use this thing strategically.
So when is the perfect time to use SST? It's right after your partner makes a splinter bid. You know, that big jump bid in a new suit that just screams, hey partner, I've got amazing Trump support for you and I'm short, like a singleton or void short over here. Your partner has literally just handed you one of your shortest suits on a silver platter. That's what makes the SST calculation so incredibly accurate in that spot.
Now this is super important. A lot of people get this confused with another popular tool, the law of total tricks. Don't do that. They serve totally different purposes. The law of total tricks, or a lot, that's for when the auction is competitive. It helps you figure out how high to battle it out. SST, on the other hand, is for constructive auctions, when you and your partner are on the same page trying to figure out if you have enough combined juice for a slam.
All right, you ready to add SST to your game? I thought so. But hold on. Before you jump in, let's go over a few key tips and some really common pitfalls, just to make sure you're using it the right way.
Okay, rule number 1, and this is the big one. You must have an 8-card trump fit or better. No fit, no SST. Got it? Good. Also, be careful not to double count shortness. If you and your partner are both short in the same suit, you only count it once. And remember, this is a supplement to high card points. It's not a replacement. And finally, you have to know what the numbers mean. A low SST is your green light, but a high one, like 4 or more, that's a huge warning sign telling you to slam on the brakes.
Subscribe our channel for more videos.
So, we've seen SST in action a couple of times now. Let's try to distill this down into some clear, simple rules that you can actually take with you to your next game. Here's the key takeaway. Think of it like a traffic light. An SST of 2 or less is a flashing green light.
It means your hands fit together beautifully, and you should be seriously thinking about slam, even if your point count feels a little low. On the other hand, an SST of 4 or more, that's a big red flag. It's a warning sign that you might have too many losing tricks, and you should probably proceed with caution.
And you know, this is really why SCT is so powerful. It finds the perfect balance. It stops you from getting way too excited about a hand with a bunch of high cards but a terrible shape, and, maybe more importantly, it gives you the confidence to bid those slams when you have a ton of distributional power that you might have otherwise just passed on.
So the short suit total is more than just a math trick. It's a tool that reveals the hidden potential of a bridge hand, turning a moment of uncertainty into a calculated advantage. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other simple, elegant patterns are out there, hiding just beneath the surface of the games we love, just waiting to be discovered?
So at the end of the day, the short suit total just gives you this new lens, a new way to see the true potential of your combined hands. It helps you put a number on that invisible power of distribution, letting you bid slams with real conviction. So the next time you pick up one of those shapely hands with a fantastic fit, you'll have the tool you need to unlock its hidden power.